tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Ditch the gas station energy drinks and overpriced coffee. Cardomax Energy Intensifier gives you the clean, great-tasting boost your day needs. Owned and operated by former Navy SEAL Sean Matson, Cardomax's Energy Intensifier is packed with B3, B6, B12 vitamins, caffeine, BCAAs to keep you dialed in through your day. Use the promo code Nooners to get 30% off your next 4 orders at Cardomax.com. That's Cardomax.com. Helping you achieve your max. Why were you trying to help me achieve my max earlier than I needed to?
I blew my max.
Yeah, you blew your max all over my face. Yeah. Is what happened.
I pre-maxed.
You pre-maxed.
Yeah. Do they have pre-max?
Yeah, you can pre-max on that.
Yeah.
You know? I'm gonna pre-max. Oh, Jabe, speaking of whatever, man. Speaking of pre-maxing. I just pre-maxed a second ago. They just dropped a 20-second teaser for the new Adele song. Mm-hmm. No words, don't need any.
Yeah.
Just a soft piano.
Yep.
All shot in black and white.
Sure.
Driving an old truck from the 40s, 50s, with all of her belongings in the back. Seemingly from the divorce she just went through.
Yeah.
And her hand is out the window, the old classic.
Oh, she's doing the classic riding the wind with the hand.
You've done that in a film or two.
Surfing the wind. You have to.
Yeah, have to.
You have to if you're in a car. Yeah. I think it's because when you're in a car, you know when you're shooting scenes, you're kind of like, what do I do? Yeah. Just sit here?
Yeah.
Look out the window like a crazy person? Right?
Yeah.
If you don't have any lines at that time where it's like, you know.
You know what James Gandolfini said about acting, Jesse?
What?
You're a character who you should be in real life when you come out of the bar at 3:30 in the morning. So
I think he said when you wake up, right? Or whatever. The person that you are at 3 in the morning is the... Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
He also
ridiculous.
Put a rock in his shoe whenever he wanted to be aggravated.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Did he really?
Yeah.
Don't make
Just
me
do
hate
the
James
job.
Gandolfini now.
Just do the job.
Just do the job. Adele's doing the job. This is what we wanted out of her. This is what we're getting out of her. I'm all in. Tears already, just for this 20-second teaser.
Right.
Wish we could play it on YouTube, but we cannot, obviously.
No, but people can go check it out.
Yeah,
It's readily available.
On her little thing on Twitter, it's already up to 5.5 million views in less than 30 minutes. All in on Adele, Jabes, and the comeback and the divorce, the heartbreak, the longing.
Yeah.
I can already hear it in my mind, this song already, and I'm all in.
Yeah.
This will be #1 opening day. They've got a release date for it. Oh, shit, 10 days. October 15th.
Okay.
New song drops.
Okay.
Cancel my meetings. Cancel my day.
He's going to be in bed crying.
That's what it sounds like, and you don't need to listen to the teaser. I pretty much just did that beat for beat, note for notes.
Yeah.
We might actually get dinged on YouTube for this because it was too close.
It was so good.
To the actual Adele song. Not sure, but if you get a chance to check out this teaser, everything you thought it would be, it is, and that's what I like, Jesse. Mm-hmm. There's a comfort in that.
Yeah.
There's a certain comfort in that I'm going to get a sad Adele. I don't want a happy Adele.
No. I personally don't even want a skinny one, but good for her.
Yeah, good for her, I guess. Because when people get happy, their music turns to shit.
Right.
Their art turns to dog shit. Lorde.
It's very true.
Lorde is a great example, right? New album came out. Did you listen?
No.
Did you hear anything about it?
Didn't hear a thing.
Yeah. Why? Because she's happy. She's on the cover in a thong.
Oh.
Bob, pull up the cover of the new Lorde album here real quick. This was a girl who was kind of a shut-in, wearing baggy sweatshirts and all that other stuff, and then boom,
she was quite young, wasn't she?
She was in a thong or
This
whatever.
is like a Billie Eilish thing.
Exactly.
She grew up in front of us.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got no video, no connectors here. You guys were woefully unprepared today for this. She's wearing a thong, and like the shot is up from underneath of her in this thong, like jumping through the air, happy, free. There it is. Yep.
Is there a thong there? Oh.
Yeah. That's
a little bit?
Yeah.
There is one good song on the album.
There is?
Solar Power, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, same. But one out of the whole album doesn't make an album, and that's just that's not what we expect out of Lorde. You know, we expect a lot of darkness, violence, mixed with sadness.
Yeah. Depression,
sex
angst.
disguised as love, love disguised as sex, like whatever. Like all of the things is what we have come to know and love from Lorde, and then we get her in a thong from underneath, just skipping over a puddle or whatever she's doing.
It's a great shot.
It is, but it's too happy for Lorde. Like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if Fiona Apple came out with a pop album where you're like, oh, and she's super upbeat about life.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're all going to be okay. We all love each
Shout
other.
Shout out to Fiona Apple for really staying on brand.
Forever.
Decades. Yeah.
Decades.
Yeah.
And her last album, by the way, was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, just unbelievable. Hadn't pumped out an album in 10 years, and then boom, shoots this one, births it out. And it was just as everything. It was Fiona Apple.
Sure.
Nothing more you can say than that, you know?
Sure. I watched for a while this horrible show called The Affair. Anyone? No, probably not.
No.
It's awful.
I watched a couple episodes.
It's real bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, she does the opening credits, and it's just so Fiona, and I just love it so much.
Yeah.
It's a shame that
brand.
the show couldn't catch up to that.
Stay on brand. I mean, look, even Bezos here in his cock rocket for Amazon, stay on brand, right?
Yeah.
You're taking civilians to space. They get to see space for the first time. Who's going up in the next rocket? Shatner. Shatner's going up in a week from today.
Perfect.
He's going up. He's 90 years old. I've gotten some DMs of people asking me, do you think he'll hold up? Yes. You can back me up on this. For he was 86, I think, when
They're asking you if Shatner will.
Yes, because the last movie, I think he did literally was Range 15. So you can back me up on this because you were there. Have you seen a more livelier 86-year-old dude? Like, he was with it, man. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't have to do anything.
You don't have to do anything, but everybody wonders if your body will go into some type of shock or the G-force or whatever. Like, I don't know how all that works scientifically.
Right.
Will the wig stay on is probably the question you guys should have asked, but
Yeah.
whatever, man. Shatner's going up in space, and he'll be fine. Like, as far as a with it dude at his age, like, yes, he's still there, and it's all good. Whereas there's some other people where you're like,
How old
Jesus.
was Crunchy? who's the lady? The old lady?
Oh,
that
the old
went up?
lady?
What's her name?
I think she was up there too, right? Wasn't she like 86 or something crazy?
Gippy?
Gippy? Skip to Malou. Who was the Skippy lady?
Fuck, I just Googled oldest person in space, and it's already William Shatner coming up. Wally Funk.
Wally.
That's
Wally,
it.
not
Yeah,
Crunchy.
can't fake the funk,
Not
dude,
Crunchy.
on Wally.
Yeah, how old was Wally? Sorry.
She's 82.
82.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shatner's gonna have her by 8 years, and like it's gonna be hard to beat 90, for sure.
Yeah.
Hammer the like button if you're watching on YouTube. By the way, just getting going here, but he'll be fine. To my knowledge, that was the last movie he did, and he was great. So like, there was no like weird old feebleness. Like I've worked with older people, and you're just like, shit, man. Let's pack it in. Let's not do that anymore. Nothing wrong with him at all. He just seemed like same old Shatner, normal fucking dude, just kind of pontificating on life after Spock died. But other than that,
he's fine.
Yeah. Because he did some wild shit. Did we ever talk about this, about the motorcycle trip and all that other stuff? After Spock died?
No.
Yeah. I had a conversation with him about...
Don't stay up on my Shatner
No, it's fine.
news.
I had a conversation with him because when he forgot that scene, the extra scene we were going to do, his agent didn't tell him, so it's not his fault. But when we were doing it, he didn't for real. When we were up in the thing, we were just rapping about life, and I was like, how's everything going? He's waited a bunch of time before getting ready, and he goes, good, just doing this one. He was doing a one-man play in like Australia at the time. And then he goes, yeah, then I went on this cross-country motorcycle thing all the way across Australia, obviously pre-pandemic. And I was like, really? Why? And he was like, I don't know. He's like, after Leonard Nimoy died, Spock and everything, he just kind of did what I wanted to do. I was like, all right, cool, man. And then he said he wanted to die on stage.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Singing?
If he dies though in the Star Trek
What an amazing,
be the greatest thing of all time.
the greatest thing of all time.
Yes, and that's how he probably.
Because he even
should
said,
die.
"I'm gonna become a Rocket Man or something," and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Ooh, don't jinx it with the Rocket Man stuff."
Because there's going to be Beam Me Up
'Cause
Scotty.
that's when you die.
Yeah. As soon as you
go-
start hearing that,
Don't go too deep into the Rocket Man stuff. Smash Mouth Steve Harwell
yeah.
is on hiatus
Is he really?
due to heart issues.
God damn it, man. If it can happen to him, it can happen
Now,
to anyone.
he's
Because when I
on-
think of health, I think of Smash Mouth.
I know, but
The lead singer of Smash
now
Mouth.
he's on hiatus, though.
Yeah,
from-
yeah.
Well, he can walk on the sun.
Right.
Yeah, he can walk in the sun.
And he's a rock star.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, man. You're a rock star. Get your game on, go play.
Now,
Or no, hey, now.
what I found interesting about this headline is that they weren't on hiatus for this whole time.
Yeah.
So they were actually out there doing it.
Yeah. I got you tickets. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, I got you Smash Mouth tickets. So, I knew if they came to town and you didn't see them, like,
Do they
would be
still?
held
I
at bay.
mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they still do it.
Okay.
They're still out there, dude.
Okay.
They tour with like Sugar
just
Ray
play
and
all
some
the,
other
like-
people, and
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
dude, they did like a whole '90s thing.
So it's just like 40-year-old women nostalgia.
Yeah, we
concert.
talked about Limp Bizkit. They just dropped a new single, Dad Vibes. That's how.
Right.
This is what we're doing now.
Okay.
Okay. We're going back in time. Why? I have the answer for it. I know why. There is no new music. The musicians cannot afford to make music, and they're not making a fucking cent off of streaming. So what do? What I heard was Hollywood-wise, they're just dipping into every old band, nostalgia-wise, and they're pumping them together. We just had the guy from NSYNC on, yesterday? Day before? I don't even know what day it is. Sunday nights. He was rad as fuck. But he was like, yeah, dude, we were the last of the Mohicans there of like making money off of CDs and all that other shit. After that, it was kind of done.
Me and Dan have a confession.
Go ahead.
We definitely thought it was a different dude from NSYNC for the entire time.
We didn't know it was Chris Kirkpatrick.
Oh my God.
Yeah, until we were literally editing the video.
Yeah,
we thought it
Are
was
you
Joey
kidding?
Fatone. We thought it was Joey Fatone.
Fatone, yeah.
Oh my God.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I don't know
we're
You're
dead
fucking
ass.
lying.
We told our friends that we met Joey Fatone.
Are you fucking kidding?
No.
That's what they told me.
Oh my God.
I didn't-
Bob, is that real?
I didn't check the tape. That's what they told me. They're like, yeah, Joey Fatone was there. Are you kidding?
That was your fucking era, dude. Like,
There was a
Not
draft
really.
of the Podbean description with Joey Fatone in it.
shut the fuck up.
We changed it.
Oh my God.
Is that when you called
dude.
and you're like, hey, what are we naming it?
I can't.
That's why, yeah.
I'm in shock and disbelief over this.
No, I didn't follow
Well, if they
NSYNC.
didn't know the band, really.
How do you not know the band?
I mean, like if
It's
they,
the biggest band in the world.
I know, but
Timberlake.
There were no 98 Degrees.
the Pineapple Head was not like a prominent.
He's the least famous one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they thought, oh, okay,
But
like he
still.
doesn't have Pineapple Head, must be.
My God, man.
The fat
that's
one.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
dude. That is fucking. Backstreet and NSYNC are. There's three. We'll go three here. Backstreet, NSYNC, and probably the Jackson 5.
Hanson Brothers?
No.
Yes, Hanson. I would
No.
go Hanson over.
Not
okay.
even close.
Yeah.
Hits wise,
Yeah.
They just needed one.
Bop. Name one
Bop.
more. Anyone?
Yearbook.
Doesn't matter. That's all they
I
needed.
mean,
Yearbook?
yeah,
Boys to Men?
list goes on. What'd you say?
Boys to Men.
No,
Boyz
Boys to Men
II
was not a
Men.
boy band. That was a man band.
That
they
was
were
a man.
grown
It was
fucking
boys-
men, dude.
It was men to men.
Yeah, it was just men to men on that one. I don't know where the boys
It
came
was
from.
man to men,
It
yeah.
might have been boys at one point before they grew into men, and then, holy shit, dude, that's crazy.
And we all know Aaron Carter was the most talented of that generation.
No, he wasn't. He came well after all of that shit. He was the younger brother of the guy from Backstreet. Like, Giorgio. Oh boy, that is fucking insane, dude. You know how much money that guy's worth? It would alter your mind. Christ-like figures of money. I even asked him too. I go, hey, dude, remember the manager, the dirtbag manager that they did the documentaries on? Lou Pearlman was his name. And I said, hey, man, are you bitter about the Pearlman thing, about stealing money and all that shit? And he goes, look, he had the best answer of all time. He goes, look, let's say, 1 year I made 20 million and Lou took 3 and I still had 17. Do you think I really cared? He created the group after all, if he took a little for himself. It reminded me of Almost Famous. Remember that line when the plane is going down and everybody's making confessions in the plane or whatever, and the tour manager goes, if I took an extra penny here or there, I felt that I earned it, all right? Yeah. I killed a man in Dearborn, Michigan. Every day I see his face. Like, all of that.
I'm gay.
Yeah. I was like, oh, all right, cool. It was such
I love how back in the day, like, that one was the worst one.
Yeah.
Remember?
That's what they ended with.
They ended with the gay, and then it was just like,
I'm gay.
No one would talk to him. The other guy said he killed someone, but the gay guy is shunned.
That didn't age well.
Yeah, no. That one scene did not age well, for sure.
No, it did. I just watched it the other day. It's fine. I don't give a shit. His explanation of it was priceless because it's so true and so smart and witty. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. What do you give a shit at that point? You know, we're going to go back and fight for the other 3 million over a dead guy. I think he's dead now. He died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
But other than that, he was just like, look, man, that dude put the band together and we all made a gajillion dollars off of this, so who fucking cares?
Yeah.
And it was great. Really funny dude. I was surprised. I was like, oh, shit. And totally honest about everything he does.
Yeah, Lou Pearlman died in 2016 in jail,
Yep.
and I just wanted to let you know that he went by the names, as well as Lou Pearlman, Big Papa and Incognito Johnson.
Oh, you don't say. That last one I'm a big fan of.
Fun.
Sarzana in the chat said NSYNC is banned in Russia for promoting homosexuality. I thought those dudes got laid. But
No. Lance Bass was gay.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yep.
I think it's more about what they awaken in Russians,
Yeah,
in Russian
yeah,
men,
yeah,
than
yeah.
it is about them themselves.
Yeah. That's right.
Lance Bass, though, I will say this, threw the best fucking parties in town in Hollywood.
He's so thirsty.
Man, I probably went to his house like
Dehydrated.
fucking 6 or 7 times for parties. It was the best. It was the fucking best, dude. No lie. He'd have like for Halloween, he would have like pumpkin patches, and then like you could go and take pictures, costumes, and all kinds of shit. Like it was a wild ass property. Good. Lance Bass is doing fine. All those guys are.
Yeah.
All those guys are doing great. But what we need is more prequels. Or a prequel to a prequel. You and I just watched the Sopranos prequel last night.
What's it called?
The Many Saints of Newark.
There you go.
And I'm torn on this one.
Wow.
All right. First of all, Alessandro Nivola, the guy that I've talked about for years and years and years, finally got his first lead in a movie. I told you he was my favorite actor I've ever worked with of all time, and he's going to win multiple Oscars. Fucking 80 years later, dude, he finally gets a lead in this thing, and god damn it was he good, and he carried the entire movie.
Yeah.
Outstanding performance. He could win an Oscar for that if you're willing to overlook the other shit.
So let me ask you this. Maybe it's been a while since I've seen The Sopranos. But was it always like that cheesy, over the top?
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yeah. And that's
to a degree of like
it is, and I think people forget. Like it's been off the air for what 15 years now. I think Sopranos. The name of the strip club was Bada Bing. Like,
right. Okay.
So if you
So
want to,
they were just like leaning in.
Yeah, they leaned into all of it. Cannolis,
Right.
Polly Walnuts.
Right.
I mean,
Gabagool.
Gabagool. That's I mean, all,
the
all,
douche
all
and
of
the
it.
gagoosh.
Yes,
Yeah,
all of
yeah,
that
yeah.
came from Sopranos. So
This
it was
is
just
actual people. No, The Sopranos are based off the fucking garbage company.
Yeah, from the
hockey team
Thrashers.
or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
the Trashers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom's River, New Jersey.
Yes.
But you're actually forgetting one very special performance from one Joseph Coco Diaz in this movie.
I know.
He was.
Lord,
I love.
he was terrible.
He was terrible. I love him, and I love Joey
They
Diaz.
did him dirty with the editing, though.
They did.
They would like leave these long spaces, and you're like,
hey man, just cut the dialogue. Just back that up about 0.8 of a second and get out of the scene.
It's almost like they did it on purpose.
That's what I felt too. He doesn't have that big of a part, so it's fine. But
Sure.
watching this thing,
Lord.
it was good. I enjoyed it. Like, enough as a film. As far as the Gandolfini kid, he had about 5 lines in it.
Good.
Just a bunch of goofy faces. It's just, I hope it's just his face and he wasn't doing a bit, but I have no idea. But
No, I've seen interviews.
okay. Oh, so is that him or no?
Yeah, it's his face.
All right. Okay, so didn't put any prosthetics or?
No.
All right. So he's kind of a goofy kid and whatever, man.
He looks like,
He looks identical to Tony Soprano.
yeah, he has all those features.
Yeah.
He's just I think it's because he's older and they made him look younger, right? So it's like, if he was just his own age and the way he looks, it looks fairly normal. But when
Okay.
you're trying to make him look younger and put the hair and stuff,
Yeah.
it looks weird.
Yeah. And then other than that, the Soprano, it felt like I remember the old characters and all that other stuff. The one question I had when I was talking to you about this before we went on the air today was the storyline itself. Why you decided to, and this is classic fucking Hollywood, just pandering to fucking bullshit that's going on now. Why get into like a race storyline of that? Like with the Sopranos, it was about the 5 boroughs and the mob bosses and all
Was
that
it
other
the
shit.
60s?
It was.
That
I mean,
makes sense.
60s towards the end of the 70s. Yeah, but as far as the mob goes, you could have fought with the other families. Like the guy, well, I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say some people were left alive that weren't in they didn't go into the Sopranos.
Who does it follow? Is it Junior or is it?
No, it starts off with Christopher, the character Christopher, or Michael Imperioli, who played the character Christopher. I apologize. So it starts off
Is
with
he
with
narrating
him,
the whole thing? Yeah.
from the grave, and he's like, "Hey, there's me as a baby. That's my
Little
Uncle
cheesy
Tony,
effect.
and whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least that's out of there after like 30 seconds,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're like, "All right, cool, I can get past this." But yeah, the race thing, to choose that route, like I know that was going on at that time, but it wasn't part of the storyline for The Sopranos. So it was just, it felt like it was pandering.
There was a race thing in like the first season of Sopranos where the union thing.
A little bit,
Yeah.
but not to this extent. Like I don't know. It seems strange because the rest of it, even the guys who were killing each other in there, like, I don't want to give it away, but
Sure.
it's just.
I mean, it's The Sopranos, so you can imagine there's some pretty point blank shootings in a car.
Right. But in the end, it was white. It was a white on white killing at the end, and you're just like, all right, cool, man. Well, what was the rest of the fucking other storyline for? Like, it was classic Sopranos. Like, I didn't really understand.
Unless it carried into
the season
series,
and who Tony was and everything else. Like, I just didn't get it. But yeah, it just felt like pandering of like, hey, there's riots going on now here. Let's put this in, and this is very topical, and you can make it seem like it was from the past. Same with that Abby Hoffman movie, whatever the fuck that was. God, Sacha Baron Cohen got nominated for an Oscar for it, and we were just like,
wait, what?
holy
Yeah, the
Christ.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get mad at me. You don't fucking remember, do you?
No, I know, but like, that's
Yeah,
what
so
I'm-
you don't fucking ask me if I know it and then say Jesus Christ when I don't know it, when you don't fucking know it either.
the trial of the what? The
The
Magnificent
trial
Seven?
of the cheesy ass
I think it's
7.
the
Yes.
Chicago 7.
The Chicago 7.
Same thing. So they're doing interviews for that, and they were like, yeah, we decided to make this movie because it was very similar to what's going on today. And it was just like, yeah, I mean, why? It doesn't, all right. So we're just going to keep rehashing race wars forever? Like, fuck, start making Civil War movies again, I guess.
I mean, I think if
but-
they're making them at a certain time, you can't ignore it. It's like the shit that Marvelous
You
Mrs.
can.
Maisel gets because they're doing it in a time where they're not showing at all what's happening to, you know what I mean?
But here's
So
why
it's like-
here's why I say that it's fine, because people did ignore it, or if it wasn't going on with you specifically, like, great, everybody has their own storylines in life. You don't need to merge them at all times
Like, I
to
think
make
if
everybody
you're
happy.
making a piece that starts in the 90s, maybe, but if you are doing anything where it's a period piece in the 50s, 60s, early 70s, like, you kind of have to address it, right?
Yeah,
What if
civil
you-
rights is kind of like dominates that era.
Sort of.
And I think that was like the issue to this point where people are like, again, like with Maisel and other things where they're like, dude, do you know what was going on? Like, you can't walk down a street in New York, that long shot that you do, without seeing something or something happening in the show that, you know, it was affecting everyone, right?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. But
Kaylin's comment I can't say because that's a spoiler as well. That was a great scene in that movie. But I just know that I love
yeah,
you, Kaylin
yeah.
Catherine.
I know. Oh, yeah.
But like here's the way I look at it. Like I take my parents, right, or your parents. I was asking my parents about like Woodstock and shit like that, and they were like, I never really.
Well, your parents didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Every storyline though for different people is completely different. Whereas your mom, your parents knew about it and everything else, but it depended on how you grew up, where you grew up, and why. And like I don't know. I wanted to see some of the other families in there from The Sopranos that I actually knew that were dominated through that whole show, and that's it. We got the main guys like Paulie Walnuts and Christopher and Stevie Van Sant, little Stevie's
I think
character.
it's a bad look to be like, my only problem with it is there was too many black people in it.
Who? That's not my problem with it.
Okay, I'm just saying, like,
That is not my problem with it. I wanted it to be closer to the storyline of the actual Sopranos. Because what?
you wanted to see more of the characters.
Yeah, and my complaint with the Sopranos actually, and it's one of my favorite shows of all time, was remember that full season where they dedicated to that one guy being gay, and it was like, dude, no one really cares. Like, can we just move on with that fucking storyline?
I don't remember that.
Remember the guy with the gag ball in his mouth? What was his? It was the fat dude, and then they ended up murking him because he was gay, and you were just like, all right, cool, man, but that stretched on for like a season and a half. Like, I mean, nobody really cared that people were gay anymore. It was just like, all right, I mean, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, at that time? Yeah.
Yeah. But why dedicate an entire season to that one guy? It was the only season where everybody was just like, meh, I don't really care. I wanted to see more like gangster shit, you know? Mobs and the fucking different families and that type of shit.
Right?
So
Just some, like, straight white guy fucking shit, right?
mobs, Italian mobs. That's what it.
It's true. It's true. You like the Irishman, I bet, right?
What's that?
You liked the Irishman.
I didn't like The Irishman. That was
You
boring.
didn't?
It was boring as shit.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You just don't watch it again. It's a
Yeah,
one-time thing.
never watch it again. But like,
Also, don't look at Al Pacino's face. Then you
Yeah,
can't
that's what I'm
stop
saying.
looking
Like,
at it.
dude, there's a bunch of shit wrong with that movie. That I
Don't look
just,
at De Niro when he's beating someone up.
Yeah, and so it's not just white people like that. I didn't like that movie. It
You
is what it
didn't?
is.
Oh.
No, it was. You didn't get through. What was it? 3 sittings?
yeah, I think a black person came up or something.
Yeah, probably for you.
No, it was long, but I liked it. It was done really fucking well, right? Where
Okay.
it was like, you know, the Many Saints of Newark. It was a hair off for me, but it was definitely for the people that loved Sopranos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know.
I don't think it's like a standalone thing, but yeah. What?
Yeah. We're gonna see more of these. So
Yeah, we can't read all of your
spoiler
comments
alert,
because
we can't read all of these.
You're spoiling, but they can see it actually.
And by the way, everybody knows how much I love gay sex scenes in films and TV shows.
Sure.
That one just missed the mark. It was just like, let's go real with it. You know?
Yeah.
It just seemed too fake to me. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, with all of this shit, you're going to see a million more prequels of this. So I just read, this morning, they're going to do more prequels of this. So I'm imagining some of the other characters.
Did they not bring it up to the point where it could go into?
No. Oh. No, they didn't. So Tony was still high school. So I don't know what they're going to do with the other characters or I mean, you still have a gap of time of probably 20 years to fill. But yeah, it's strange. So you're going to see how many Star Wars are on tap, Giorgio? There's like fucking 8, right?
It's either 8 or 13. I can't quite remember, but I remember seeing the map of all the live actions and what they're going to do with them and what time period in the lore they're going to be. So it's
Got to get your money's worth for the $4 billion they give to George Lucas.
$5 billion he got.
it's a lot of money.
It is, but they've already recouped.
Yeah, they
So,
built Star Wars Land. At
I know.
Disney.
I've already recouped. And George Lucas, for all his bullshit, it was taxes. That was the year before that tax was going to come down in California. And he was
George
just like,
Lucas, if you have some sort of weird sexual fantasy, go ahead and hit me up because I'll facilitate that for $5 million.
whoa. Oh, $1 billion or million?
I mean, I feel like
Either one.
he'd throw $5 million away after having $5 billion.
$5 billion,
You're
yeah.
not worth that, Giorgio.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay,
be
that's
real.
fair.
Are you
that's fair.
shouting out George Lucas to pay you?
Yes.
To have sex with you.
Yes,
That's
yes.
cool.
Dude, you're high as fuck.
No,
right
it's
now.
fine, dude. For $5 million, I think Giorgio would fuck George Lucas for sure.
Sure, he would. Does George Lucas have any fucking interest? Like,
Maybe.
I think the
Maybe.
answer is 0.
I'm manifesting this, guys, so I'm just
okay.
I'm living my truth right
oh,
now.
sorry, he just discovered the secret. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts it out there in the world, and then it's gonna come back. You know.
Maybe if Giorgio dresses up like a droid or something. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He doesn't want to have sex with a human man.
Yeah, just like some
Yeah.
random like stoner man.
I'm not opposed to dressing up like a droid.
No, I know you're not, Giorgio, and that's what we love about you.
So we love it. You're down for whatever.
Yeah, just down for whatever. But you're going to see a million of these prequels. What are they doing?
There's 3 spin-offs of The Mandalorian alone.
Yes.
The Book of Boba Fett, Rangers of the New Republic, and
God.
Ahsoka, which is the one with Rosario Dawson. That's a spin-off of that, and also the cartoon ones that were on a couple years ago.
Jesus
And then we got,
Christ.
I believe,
Yeah.
4 Game of Thrones prequels.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
4 Game of Thrones prequels, and then there's going to be Lord of the Rings as well with Amazon. Amazon is going to do a TV show with Lord of the Rings prequels to that.
Do you guys
So-
like a prequel?
I'd like an animated Vandenham prequel.
I like Better Call
Yeah.
Saul.
I do too. So
Yeah.
Jesse does not like it. I like Better Call
No,
Saul.
I don't mind it, but it doesn't feel like a prequel, right?
It-
It almost feels like a parallel. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
It is, I guess. But it doesn't feel like that.
You don't like it though.
I don't love it.
It's one of those where every time I ask, you're like,
Yeah, but it's-
do we have?
yeah.
I don't really want to.
I think a lot of people feel that way, where it's like, okay, like, all right, I'll watch it.
I
I'm
love.
not juiced.
I love it. I think.
Also, this is going to be controversial.
Go ahead. Yeah. Is there a better one?
I'll say it. I like the Star Wars prequels better than the actual Star Wars.
Same.
movies.
Same. The prequels are better.
Because that's what I grew up on, kind of.
That's what I'm saying. That's what your imprint. That was it imprinted.
So
on
the
you.
ones from the 70s, like through the 80s, were your favorite or no?
No, the prequels are the
the
ones that came out
prequel.
in like 2000.
Oh, with like
you
Jar Jar Binks and
like,
shit?
What is wrong with you? No, that's the
Yeah.
worst character of all time.
I don't
He's
care
a
about
great.
Jar,
He's
Jar
a
Jar
great.
Binks is whatever.
He's a great human being.
I'll give you.
I
pod
haven't
racing.
seen any of them.
Let's see. I
Not
saw
even the first
Okay,
one.
so I saw the Jar Jar Binks ones.
That's
Like,
the second and third.
yeah. So I saw those, and I didn't give a shit. Like I like the original cheesy fucking fun.
I like
Let's
the
chop
fights.
some hands off and all that other shit. Like
the fights are better in the prequels. Way
Yeah.
better. Fucking, they're so slow in the 70s and
I
80s.
don't care.
Well, Lord,
I mean,
they
the
didn't
technology
have
was 30 years
the
behind.
technology you guys
Yeah.
have now.
They had to make a lightsaber in the 70s.
I know, dude. Like, and it looked great.
No respect from these guys behind the desk.
It's
What
crazy
was like
to me.
the first movie ever made? That train with the moon.
First movie ever made was
It was the horse. It was
Go
the
back
horse.
to your movie history class.
I know that I skipped
It's like
at
a
NYU.
moon movie.
No, I thought it was the horse running.
No.
No.
What are you asking? What is the first
The
movie?
first movie.
It's the one where the rocket gets shot in the moon's eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of the name
Fuck.
because I was gonna say the graphics
Expedition
on
to
that
Space or-
not as good as the
Trip to the
prequel.
Moon.
Not as good as the prequel.
A Trip to the Moon, 1902.
And then I think like one of the first kind of narrative stories is
yeah.
Great Train Robbery.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I'm saying, the prequels to Star Wars way better than that bullshit, right? It's like the train is moving so fucking slow, you know?
I can't get behind any of it, but here we are, dude. This is where we're living at. No one wants to take a risk, and it's all over. So who gives a shit? I mean, that's all we're going to be stuck with forever and ever and ever. And then they're going to remake all the shit that If I have one more conversation with our child about like which one, I'm like,
Which one?
huh? Jumanji. We went to watch Jumanji on Saturday
We saw
night.
the Jumanji, Robin Williams
Yes,
Jumanji
yes,
at the
yes, yes.
drive-in.
We
And he was
s-
like, "Where's The Rock? When's The Rock coming out?" And I was like,
He's not coming out,
"He's
buddy.
not coming out, buddy.
He's not coming out,
and
buddy.
He
This is the original.
literally wanted to leave at that point.
Well, how do you tell a 7-year-old that that's not the right movie? And so here's the thing, son. Hollywood is out of
Yeah, they made it
originality, and everything
then
that
they
you're
made it-
seeing,
yeah.
we saw as children, and then they're just going to keep remaking that.
Right.
The next one up was the Cobra Kai thing, and he was like, "Dad, you want to watch the Cobra Kai?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll watch it." And he goes, and I was laughing at a scene or whatever, and he goes, "Why are you laughing?" And I was like, I remember that from the movie. It
Yeah.
was a movie?
Yeah, yeah.
It was yeah, it was called The Karate Kid. Oh, but he was black, and I'm like,
We probably should show him the Karate Kid.
oh, well, here's the thing. No, when he said, oh, he was black, I was like, wait, what Karate Kid? Oh, the Jaden Smith. They redid the Karate Kid movie,
yes,
too. And I was
yes,
like,
yes.
oh, fuck. The TV show that we're seeing,
You can't go back far enough.
no. I'm like, no, not the remake.
Wait, wasn't
it was
there a
the
girl
original
one,
of
too?
the, yes, with Hilary Swank. Swank Dog. She was in part 3.
You love Hilary Swank.
Love Swank, dude. I love Swank. You will not see any Swank disrespect on this
You
show.
like your ladies to look like fellas.
No, not at all. She
do.
was an attractive lady before she started going fucking the what's the baby dog millionaire? What was the
Gosh.
Slumdog Millionaire?
no.
We're getting every.
What's the
name.
goddamn boxing movie?
Million Dollar Baby.
Million
There you
Dollar
go.
Baby.
Yeah, I was super close. The Slumdog Baby movie, whatever, dude.
Who went into space? Crunchy.
By the way, same thing with that movie. I watched it once. It's a great film, but I've never watched it again. I won't watch that again.
No, God.
As soon as her head hit the fucking thing.
Oh,
and
I
then-
can't even
No.
think about that.
No,
part.
dude, I can't.
And then in the. I can't, dude. No, I'm so fucking sad. What an ending. My God.
I
Remember
know.
when they used to
Yeah.
fucking end movies like that?
It was the best.
They would never.
I love it. I still want to see the original ending for Get Out. If it's it is what I thought it was, but I didn't get to see it. I was only told through the writer of what it was, and I was like, "Fuck, that's what I wanted to happen." And everybody just hit the button.
Yeah.
In Phoenix, and they were like, "No, this is terrible." Yes, it should be terrible. That's life. Life is terrible.
Yeah.
You go through horrific shit, and that's what it is. Movies used to do that, where it's just like, "Hey, man," and it all ended poorly. I think that's why you love documentaries, murder documentaries, more than like real movies and shit now. Because getting you to watch a real movie anymore,
Yeah.
you're just like, ugh. Every
It
time you're
feels
like,
it feels like a waste of time. Like at least with a documentary, I'm like entertained and learning something that actually happened. There's no bullshit out. I mean, we've seen a couple where I'm like, all right,
yeah.
The Joker. Like random ones where I'm like,
I like
all
The
right.
Joker.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
there's a couple where I'm like, all right, this is fucking getting me.
Yeah.
And it's keeping me
Yeah.
in. But like even last night with the movie, I'm like, ugh, so fake. You know?
Yeah.
Where's the like Ken Burns push in of the picture and
Right.
you know, interviews with the weird aunt.
Yeah.
I love that.
The only thing I can really throw myself behind all in is these weird TV shows. Oh shit! We just watched one that was a horrific ending that I loved, and I was like, oh man, the Kate Winslet one. Like I loved it because I hated her so much at the end of that. I turn to you and I literally go, man, they never end a fucking series like this. This is great.
No, it was bad.
I've never had that much hatred for a character, and I loved it. Where I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, oh shit! It was the mayor of Easttown.
yeah.
They don't do shit like that. TV does. Like Ozark, I'm still shocked by.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, they put out like a 20-second little fucking trailer and said like, what is it, 2023? What is it?
Are you fucking serious?
I don't know. When is, Bob?
Bob, look up when the next Ozark
When is
comes out.
Ozark coming out?
If it's 2023,
No,
my
I
God,
don't.
man.
I don't think it is, but it's quite far away.
2022.
I don't know if this is correct, but I saw a headline that said shows that are being canceled immediately and it had an image of.
They always do that.
They always do it. It's not real.
Clickbait.
It's
I know.
clickbait. Yeah.
Things that are coming
Although
out.
I do think it is the last. It is the last season, but I
Okay.
don't think it was canceled. It was like,
So it just end properly.
yeah,
Okay.
they felt like it was done.
So
yeah,
May 2022 is what they're shooting for.
May 2022. Jesus Christ. 7 more months? 8 more months?
Do you know what I mean?
My God, man. See, he's afraid of COVID, right?
I think he was doing, because I listened to their show, but he was doing like edits on episode 4. So like, what is going to take so long?
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Because usually you can drop it week by week and still do the editing and all that other stuff. That's strange. But they're done shooting?
I guess.
All right. Well, at least they're done shooting. 8 months is a long time. I saw
For edits?
Yeah, like
reshoots.
For example, our friend Edie Patterson just wrapped Righteous Gemstones, and so HBO, because she posted a Instagram picture of they just wrapped, and then HBO like 3 days later just said, "Hey, dude, this will be out December or January." And I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense. You just wrap now, and that gives you enough time to."
Are
Did
things
they
being
really-
pushed back though with the strike?
So the strike has not happened, and since you brought it up, we can get into that now. IATSE, the union that runs basically all of Hollywood behind the scenes, did vote to strike. So they're going to go to the table. That was a record turnout. 90% of their members voted out of 99, and they're going to strike if they don't get the deal they want. I don't know how they get the deal they want is the problem. They're going to be so far apart that I think this one is going to get nasty. The only leverage I think they have, in all sincerity, is the fact that COVID had shut down production for so long that if these Netflixes and Hulus and all this other shit that need original content need to keep pumping this out, your only way to do it is to cut a deal and give them what they want. But that never happens. So, hey, who knows? They might want to take a write-off, I guess. But Netflix in particular, I mean, they're $3 billion in debt right now. I don't know how their stock is so goddamn high with that much debt. But if they can't pump out enough programming here to suffice this, because dude, if Ozark's not coming out for 8 more months,
Yeah.
what else are we looking forward to? I mean, I know they've been pumping out these documentaries because you don't need anybody for that.
We got that
Right.
new Korean show, Squid Game.
I know. So I want to get into that. I want to get into the Squid Game show.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Did you watch it yet?
No, but I'm excited.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Has anyone seen it?
I watched a little bit on the airplane.
Okay.
I'm liking it so far, but that brings me to my point about Netflix is really cornering the market in foreign films, and like they're kind of catching buzz and popularity, kind of with like the way current culture is, kind of highlighting some of these foreign directors and foreign projects, and I think that's kind of keeping them ahead in the race. And so what we're also saying about the stock being so high, as long as they stay ahead in the streaming wars, it's almost like a projection in crypto. Like they're going to keep the stock of Netflix high because if it does end up winning, it will be valued at that.
And their documentaries are sick.
Yeah, I mean that they revived stand-up comedy basically in 2008 on their DVD sales, and then what you were saying with the documentaries as well. Like I mean, they're the place for that.
Remember
Yeah.
Okja?
Oh, yeah. Okja was fucking awesome, dude. That
I
director,
fucking loved Okja.
Boon Jong-hong,
Boon Jong-hang.
whatever his name was,
Boon
he won
Jong-ho.
the Oscar like 2 years later for that movie that we hated.
What?
It was a good
Oh,
movie.
Parasite?
Parasite, yeah.
We didn't hate it.
It was good.
I just wanted an ending. I wasn't really happy with the ending in that one. You know? It just kind of ended, and you were just like, well, sweet. Congratulations. What did we watch? One movie in a house for fucking 2 hours? Because they didn't really leave the goddamn house.
No, it was all a dream. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
right? So,
Yeah.
I don't know. You're going to see a ton of this shit coming up. And somebody else asking me if I'm excited about the Dexter prequel or
Oh,
what is it,
God.
after? What do you call that? What do you call it when you fuck up a series finale so bad that you have to bring everybody back to shoot 2 more seasons 5 years later?
Redo?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mulligan?
yeah,
A
redo.
redo, the mulligan
I
of
think it's
Dexter.
called Night Court.
What?
That was a joke that didn't land. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
boy, that was terrible. Georgia, I think it's time to put that mic down maybe,
Night
maybe
Court.
forever, dude. That's a Night Court reference. If Bob
I do like
or Dan,
it is
Delco
a deep
Dan,
cut though, and I like it.
if they know what show that is and can name one character, I'll be impressed.
Wait, a Night Court?
Yes.
Night Court.
Yeah, John Larroquette's character's name is Dan something.
Yeah.
Bobby Three Sticks, dude.
You forget. Both my parents are lawyers. That was a favorite show in my home.
Also,
Okay.
Wasn't Judge
Shit.
Reinhold in it?
No.
Oh,
Bull.
was the guy-
Bull was my favorite character.
Who was the glasses guy?
I think he's dead.
Harry
Judge-
Anderson.
Harry Anderson,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget his name in the. I don't know any of the characters' names. The chick just died too, not that long ago.
A bunch of them are dying.
Yeah,
dude.
Rob's
It's
looking
weird.
at all these references because he was alive for the season finale of Dallas.
Was I?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Look at that.
Were you really?
Sure. 1986. That's when I was born. So.
I don't. Was that the season finale of Dallas? I thought it was early 80s.
What was
I
it?
don't remember it either.
What'd you say? 86?
Just saying he's old.
No, I understand that, but I think that Dallas was 81, 82 probably.
I'm starting to
Oh,
think
well,
Bob
yeah.
is immortal.
Yeah, maybe. I think Bob could live forever. He doesn't go out in the sun.
Can't go out in the sun.
Yeah. I think Bob is fine forever.
So he's a vampire?
Yeah, for sure. I need a time code, by the way, on the screen, but yeah, this is going to keep happening. The fucking unions are going to go on strike probably. That's going to shut down production for a while, which is good for us. Everybody's going to shift into podcasts, but hey, dude, here we are.
You just won't get an Ozark.
No, you're not going to get a. Thank you. You're just not going to get an Ozark up in this bitch for a while, and I don't know what else is coming down the pipeline. That it's like, all right, cool. What else are we waiting for? And it's the same with music. The reason why, like, it's all the streaming shit. Like we've had actors, friends of ours, bitch about how much they're getting for Netflix, like a one-day guest spot. I think Barry Bostwick said he got $1,000, and it was like, dude,
1,200, yeah.
yeah. As an extra, you get. I mean,
Yeah.
if you had one line or two lines for the day, you used to get like $8.95. So hey, we're gonna bump that up $400 now. Now that $1,200, your agent's gonna take 10%. Your manager's gonna take 10%. State of California is gonna take 16.5, and then
Yeah.
the government's gonna take 30. So you're gonna be left with $300 or $400, and you might as well say welcome to Starbucks. Gonna take your order at that point. Because
Yeah.
the reason why I'm bringing this up, the next one is the Screen Actors Guild. They're going to have a dogfight on their hands. Because you don't get residuals for all this shit. Like,
Yeah.
the residuals are like, they're the same as Spotify for musicians, where you're just like, what? No one negotiated this because we didn't look into the future?
Mm-hmm.
So that union will be on strike next, or authorize some form of strike whenever that comes up. And Hollywood is going to be a fucking mess coming down the road here, because I think you'll be left with documentaries, which is good for you.
Yes.
And
Reality
then
TV,
reality
good for
TV,
me.
great for you. Game shows, and then sports, which is good for me. The record ratings on Sunday night for Tom Brady, so second highest ever Sunday night football game of all time. I think it's gambling. I really do, because people are locked into that game, and just it goes by blocks. And a lot of people don't know this, that they'll go by like half-hour segments of when people were watching it the most and everything else. And it was pretty consistent all the way through. For a shitty team like the Patriots, who aren't very good, everybody was watching because they had money on that game, including myself. And I mean, that's the only explanation. Like, it was rainy. It wasn't that great. I think it was like 16-14 or something like that.
I was there for the hug.
Yeah, you were there for the hug, and then you bounced. But that's it. And I think you'll see a big shift into gambling for most of this shit. And it'll be on the side of the screen and everything else. I know we're working on some deals with that as well. And that's to keep people in it, to make it feel like a video game, except for real money on the line. And that'll bring me to the lottery, Jabes.
Yes.
$700 million last night was won by one person.
You didn't win at the,
I didn't
what was
win.
it?
I didn't win.
The Pooch Shack or whatever you got.
Yeah. What was it? Poco
Loco. Yeah.
Crazy Poco.
You're like, we were out like going to Buda or something. And
Buda.
And you were like, stop here. And I was like, what? And you're
Yeah.
like, it's just this little fucking gas station. This is where people win.
It is.
I was like, okay.
Poco Loco was the name of this tiny gas station out in. They're kind of going for like a smaller version of a Buc-ee's type of vibe. I'm not gonna shit on Poco Loco. I think it's I enjoyed that gas station a lot.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
All of the things they had.
Yeah.
But whenever you check the winners for these things, it's always some like weird town and weird thing you've never heard of. And I was like, great, let's stop there and get lottery tickets. It's $700 million just to do it, right?
Yeah.
We go and do it. We lost. And this morning when I walked in to get some water from my lady outside of our son's school, it's the same woman, old woman who works in there. She's got to be fucking 80 years old. And she goes, "You didn't win." And I go, "No, I know. I heard somebody else won." You know, she goes, "It was one ticket, thank God." And I was like, "Why?" And she goes, "Dude, whenever the lottery gets that high," she goes, "the lines are out the door. It sucks." And
Yeah.
I'm just basically ordering lottery tickets all day for people and their numbers, you know?
Yeah.
No, it's 23. I said 23. So I looked up the winner, one person in San Luis Obispo, California.
Monpa Bisbo, that's what I call it.
Yeah. We've been to San Luis Obispo.
Yes.
And good for whoever that person is.
Yeah, because it's rich as shit. So happy that they won the lottery in the richest town in California right now. Yeah.
You know who's even more happier about it is the state of California, because they can take the most amount of taxes and be like,
Yes.
"Great, so we'll be taking that 16.5% right now," and that's how it works. I mean, not that it really matters at that high. On our thing, what they started to do was print out the cash value of it. Mm-hmm. So the cash value in Texas, that would have paid out at $450.
Okay.
That would have been a nice hefty sum, and that's after taxes.
Nice.
So after taxes and everything else, that would have paid out at $450. Whoever's partying in San Luis Obispo tonight, did they say who it is? Because I think in California you legally have to tell them your name.
I haven't seen it yet, but
Some states you don't.
Would you shown up to work today?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Would you what?
have shown up to work today. is
Oh,
what
and you
is what
said
he
no?
I said yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I would have. I'm not going to let people down just for that. So and we're not hurting either.
Oh my
so
gosh,
it's
like,
you know.
No offense,
He-
but I'm not showing up.
He's
No, I get
going to
it.
want to
Dan,
tell
Dan, we know.
everybody
We know.
about it, right?
You get a $500,000, you're not showing up. Like 100,000, you're not showing up. Yeah, maybe.
I would say like $5,000. If he hit big, like something $5,000, 10
Enough
grand.
crypto, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Sarah Silverman, end Jew face.
Is this
in
real?
Hollywood.
Is this real, or I couldn't tell if this was a bit or not.
No, it's real.
Okay.
She's taking up political matters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she doesn't like that people that aren't Jewish are playing Jewish characters.
So I couldn't tell if this was a bit or if this was for real.
Oh, what do you guys think?
Well, I think that comes down to the age-old question: is being Jewish a race?
Yeah.
We just had a guy on. I don't know if that episode airs tonight. I know. I think it airs Sunday nights. But we had a guy who on Drinking Bros who specializes in like the Israeli-Palestine conflict and things like that. And he was talking about it, and he was like, "No, I'm white," and that's what I think you're referring to here, where it's just like.
Well, I know some non-religious Jewish individuals who also then connect very much with their Jewish heritage, and it does seem more like a race or a community in a way than a religion at times. So, I don't know.
I think that's the argument from their side, though.
My argument is this with all this shit, and like Sarah Silverman's an actor. When you start chiming in on this bullshit, and she's a fucking aggressive comedian, or she used to be. I haven't seen her shit in a while. And you want all the people to be real. We're no longer acting anymore. Like we're just casting real people to do shit. And as we saw in the Many Saints of Newark, when you cast a real person, like I don't know, let's just say Tony Soprano's son, just play the role. You're not going to get
Joey
the best
Diaz.
talents, and yes, you're not going to get the best talent.
They gave you the chance, Joey.
So if we start casting all these people, it's like, oh
They
no,
casted a
they've
real
got to be
gangster.
handicap, or
Yeah.
we've got to have. If they're missing arms in the movie, we've got to have them missing arms. And thing. Lieutenant Dan wasn't missing his fucking legs. All right. Okay.
Wait, then how'd they do that one scene? where
Don't
he
know.
pulls-
Nah, he's just a really good. He's a
I
method
definitely
actor.
watched the behind the. Was it on the DVD? I don't know. Where
Yeah.
they show like how they make his legs disappear.
Yeah.
It's movie magic.
It's movie magic, but that's what making movies is and acting is. So if you want all the people to be real in the movies or TV shows and all of the things, well, then you're going to get shitty actors. So
Well, let's say like Many Saints of Newark.
yeah,
Like, were all of those people Italian Americans? All of the actors.
I have no idea. And you know what? It didn't enter my mind one single time.
We should go a step further. They all should have criminal records.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I
believe
mean.
it.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So they gave Joey the shot, right? Like, he's a real life gangster. He was a gangster, and
Joey Diaz, yeah.
Yeah.
Put a guy in the trunk of a car with a machine gun.
And and that's how that worked out. So
Yeah,
That's how Shia does it. He goes and kills dogs when he needs to be a killer.
100%. But
yeah.
like Kate Winslet was not from
That's
Delco.
true. They just need to be method.
Method,
Yes.
yeah.
So you need to convert
Yes.
to Judaism. Judaism?
So I read this story, but with Sarah
Passed through it 'cause you were like,
No. With Sarah Silverman, though, when you're reading something versus hearing it, like you like to hear the inflection of somebody's voice, because when the way that it read, it seemed like a joke.
Okay.
But I have not seen the interview, but the way that TMZ is now saying that it was serious. So if that is serious, like, dude,
So she's saying like Joan Rivers, for example, is being played by your girlfriend, Sarah.
Catherine Hahn.
Yeah,
Oh,
Catherine
Catherine Hahn,
Hahn.
yeah,
Song.
love
Yeah,
Catherine
sorry,
Hahn,
Catherine
yeah.
Hahn. You love Catherine Hahn.
she's fucking hilarious. She's one of the funniest people there is.
And then Rachel Brosnahan. Rachel Brosnahan playing Mrs. Maisel. She's not Jewish, whatever.
Right.
Tracy Ullman as Betty Friedan.
Yep.
Felicity Jones playing Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That was a stretch, to be honest.
I didn't think that was a stretch at all. You don't know, like, was Ruth Bader Ginsburg that, like, overtly Jewish?
I think she looked fair. I mean, yeah, maybe not, right?
Like, it's not something that pops into my head.
I mean, the beak.
Yeah, the old beak.
I haven't seen her young, so at some point I'm just like, that's an old person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
her
like
st-
I've always known. It's like there's a couple actors that are like always old, right? Like you don't ever even think of them as young.
Oh, ever. But so what she was saying was in Hollywood, for a lot of Jewish characters, they have to put nose prosthetics on them to make their noses look bigger, and they're often doing something that's like caricatures of the Jewish kind of the stereotypes. And
I don't
it's
think
just-
they're going to with like Catherine Hahn, right? Because Joan Rivers took that off, right?
took what off.
Took that nose off.
Oh yeah. She chopped
I'm not
it off.
going to have to do that.
No, you're not gonna have to do that. If you're playing her
I don't
later
think.
in life.
I don't think Felicity Jones did anything. There was no prosthetics because, like Bob is saying, we don't really think of her as like this big Jewish figure. She was more of, women's
I guess
movement.
either way, with all these fucking things, like I'm done with you. It has to be the real people to create these real stories and characters and all this other shit. Like, no, it doesn't. Same with the fucking storylines of this shit. Like, I don't care if there's no white people in the movie. I don't care if there's no black people in the movie. I don't care about any of it or anybody being represented. Whatever the story was at the time, just give me that fucking story. That's all I want.
Right.
You don't have to fucking make up history or do whatever you want just to appease certain people or whatever. I mean, look, even the Sopranos thing, just looking back at it, that fucking movie, I forgot. Like, to be nominated for Oscars and shit now, like 30% of your cast has to be from a different race and everything else. So, like, it's going to change storylines.
All of them had prosthetics on.
Yes, all of them. And they did shit. Maybe in the Sopranos, like, I don't ever really know what little Stevie looked like. Where you're like, is that him or is
Right,
that a bit? And I don't know.
Yeah,
Some people
yeah.
look like that.
Yeah.
Like Joey Diaz. If you didn't know that he looked like that, you'd be like, is that a bit? No, that was Joey
that's
Diaz.
him.
So I don't need the fucking realness of all the shit to do it. Like, and even going back and watching it, like if you watch that Val Kilmer doc, it's free on Amazon Prime. When he goes through like method acting. I mean, if you really want to see method acting, watch that doc. He's got hours and hours of fucking footage of it, and it's chopped up into one, and it's like him crying as Macbeth. Over
Right.
and over. This is my dream to play. And then it goes on to the Twain, when he does Twain, and it's really good. It's a really good goddamn Twain.
Right.
I've never even heard Mark Twain speak in real life, but I'm assuming it sounds identical to Val Kilmer's Mark Twain before he got throat cancer, and it was crazy. However, imagine working with that bullshit. Man, I would fucking lose my mind. I know we always bitch about the phones listening to us and all this other shit all the time. Well, it was
I
listening
don't.
to us the other day. You don't. I do. But when we were talking about the method thing on with Jim Carrey a long time ago. Remember the Man on the Moon doc?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, wasn't this great to work with and all that other shit?
No, it was a nightmare.
So after we did that show, you know what popped up on my YouTube feed was an interview with, ironically, Norm Macdonald. It was Norm Macdonald interviewing Jim Carrey, and it was old. I don't know how old it was, but it popped up, and Jim Carrey was telling Norm Macdonald the story of running into Tommy Lee Jones, and how he hated Tommy Lee Jones hated working with him on Batman. And I had to go back in the fucking time machine for that one. I was like, that's right. Tommy Lee Jones was Harvey Two-Face, and Jim Carrey was the Riddler in that. And Norm Macdonald was like, yeah, well, why did Tommy Lee Jones hate you, you know?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, you know, he just, he didn't understand that he wasn't working with me. You know, he was working with the Riddler.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, oh my God, dude.
No.
Nope. No. And he goes, you know, and I think that was hard for him. And Norm Macdonald's trying to like go a different route with it. He's like, oh, you sure you just didn't, like that you were more famous or whatever? And was like, Tommy Lee Jones didn't give a shit about any of that. He just didn't want to put up with Jim Carrey's bullshit of being Method and the Riddler, you know, the whole fucking day.
Yeah.
I think Jim Carrey was like massively improvising on set as well,
Yes.
which is
he
another
was a nightmare on every set
Yeah.
that he was on. Like,
yeah. Tommy Lee Jones only ever wants to play his character from No Country for Old Men. And any other character he plays, it just becomes more inconvenient for him.
And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
all
He's
I
just
want.
like, can we just do this and then I can go home?
That's
Yeah.
all I want from Tommy Lee Jones. So I'm fine with that. Like, know what you are, play to your strengths,
Right.
and be that,
But
right?
even that documentary for Andy to Jim to Andy or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the whole time I'm just like, he's defending this shit that he's doing. And I'm just like, you are a fucking nightmare.
Yes.
That's not what this is. Like,
So it comes back around, I guess like 3 or 4 years later, they were in the same restaurant. Tommy Lee Jones came up behind him and like kind of put him in a
of course, he
chokehold.
gave him a noogie because
No.
that's what fucking.
Well, I guess there was people in the restaurant, and I got the vibe that, they were both in Batman together, and it was a big movie, and they want to, you know, have some interaction. And he said that when Tommy Lee Jones grabbed his head, you know, was kind of playfully tugging on him, he just
Wait.
leaned down and whispered in his ear, I fucking hated working with you.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones came up
Yes,
behind him.
yes. And Tommy Lee Jones just goes, I fucking hated working with you every second
I
of the
love
day.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah. It's great because it's true. Where you're just like, oh, shit. And even the Ray Liotta thing of him picking up Peter Fonda on that set, just saying, get out of the way, old man, like you're in my fucking shot,
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
Man, I hate to go back to that movie, but Many Saints of Newark, one of my, you know, I hate people that play twins in their own movie, and that's what Ray Liotta did in that.
Yeah.
Eesh. Identical twins. Come on, man.
Ray Liotta, he was doing the most.
I like Ray Liotta.
Right.
They
I
made him
too.
do the laugh too from, you know, we all know the meme laugh, and they made him do it in this, and like, I love to see it, you know?
Yeah, but here, I want to know who the editor was on that. That's all. Like, all those things are fine, but the editor was just like a hair off from making it like land.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But now, so we're going to see all the people being all the things. There's no longer acting, and it's just going to be real people. Why don't we just film real people walking down the street throughout their day?
That's what I mean, I'm watching Love on the Spectrum.
Are you really?
Yeah.
With, what is it? It's people who are mentally retarded that are dating, right?
They're on the spectrum, like autism.
Okay.
Spectrum.
Sorry. Forgive me.
Yep.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I
Is
just
this
saw
a
the trailer.
documentary or narrative?
What?
Is this documentary or narrative?
No, it's on Netflix.
Documentary.
Yeah. It's a dating show on Netflix right now.
You haven't watched Love on the Spectrum?
I bet they have good sex.
They what?
I bet they have better sex.
Why?
Yeah, they don't go into that, but probably, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's just assume it's something they get.
More dialed in.
Yeah. less lack of inhibitions.
All Giorgio's thinking about. that's
No,
all.
I'm going to give that
We were
line
talking
to
about
Delco
Star
Dan for the
Wars,
entire
and he
day.
somehow gave a shout out to George Lucas to have sex with him. So
$5 billion.
Giorgio is singular minded right now.
Delco Dan, I'm not going to forget that line either. I mean, they're just more dialed in. I'm
Yeah,
going to remind you of that forever.
I do like that, but I love that show. Yeah.
Well, that's what we're getting. We're real people, you
Yes.
know? Like if we're going to get the Delco Dan story on Netflix next month because Ayatzi's going to go on strike. There's going to be nothing else left to shoot. So they're just going to shoot real people. And we're going to see him do
You guys, we should
Deadlifts.
do, which we've talked about, but like a Tetherball Academy After Dark where it's like mockumentary of like us behind the scenes.
Oh yeah. They're gonna ask for it.
I'm
They're
just
gonna be out
saying,
of shit to
I'm
shoot.
down.
Me and Jabes had the idea of putting
Yeah.
a bunch of cameras in Jared's house, moving everyone in there.
Oh yeah. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
that would be great.
Yeah.
In the really early days of TFM, a production company hit us up about shooting a pilot for a reality show, like working there.
Of like behind the scenes working there. Yeah.
And I remember the producers were like, "So who do you hate?"
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Who do you hate here? Like, who's like the most dramatic? And I was like, I don't know. I just come in and like trying to write jokes here. Like, I don't give a
Yeah, that's the other thing is like
Registers
they
who
don't
I hate.
understand that it's like a lot of quiet a lot of the time.
lot of
Like,
quiet, like,
a lot
Yeah.
of quiet people working.
Yeah,
you know.
put my headphones in. I don't
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care about anybody.
But it would be fun to kind of like manufacture some drama.
That's what they wanted.
Yes,
Right?
That's all they want.
But
Yeah.
that's what we would do, and it'd have to be like way over the top
Yeah.
because we can't get into our real drama. It's too close to.
yeah.
I'll be anti-troops.
Yeah, yeah. But like you have to be very,
Sure.
They're
Quiet
everyone's just
about
like,
it.
Why did they fire this guy? There's like 8
Yeah.
soldiers working there, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, fuck the troops, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
baby killer.
Somebody will talk
Sean,
about
go ahead and
veterans,
clip
and you're
that.
like, oh, with this fucking shit again, right?
I cut
We have to keep talking about veterans.
at our production company. We cut 2 reality trailers for friends of ours, and the one my buddy had an issue because they made him the villain in this thing, and he was like, I don't. And I
I'll
go,
be the
look,
villain.
and that's what I told him. I go, look, there has to be. This is exactly what they do. So the producer came up to me and whatever, and they were like, so here's the thing and whatever, and I was like, all right, great. And I watched the trailer, and I was like, oh, they made my buddy the villain in this, and I was like, because he was such an easy target, and he goes, what are people gonna think of me? And I was like, do you really care if you're fucking rich and famous? And I'm being dead serious when I say that, because you need to ask yourself that versus what you're doing now.
Right. I mean, yeah.
So if what you're doing now, you're happy and rich and successful at, fine. If not, this was awesome. That was a one of those fucking realtor shows, but it was before like $1 Million Listing and all this other shit. And it was there was a bunch of them that were like precursors to that, and you were like, oh fuck, man, and they killed it. Because he just didn't want to be the asshole, and they couldn't go back and reshoot at that point. Because you have a certain amount of money to shoot these things. The other one was rad. It was Chris's, and it was him booking celebrity appearances, and he had everybody at the time, and it was fucking awesome. And they were like, we don't know if reality and like when these people are going to be. It was Kim
Maybe
Kardashian.
one of you guys could be a medium,
Yeah.
Love that.
right?
Who wants to do it?
That's
Like
Giorgio
random
is-
Giorgio.
Yeah, Georgia just gets possessed by spirits.
Well,
randomly.
wait, isn't your girlfriend a medium? Isn't she?
No,
she
she's
reads
a-
poems.
She's a tarot card reader.
Tarot card. But a medium would be like Giorgio every once in a while with a guest will be like, hey, can I ask you something? I'm sorry. Did you have a, right?
Yeah.
Like, did you have a dog? But it's only with pets.
And I have to get really high before I can communicate with the pet.
Yeah.
Since your girlfriend
Did you
does
have a
read tarot
pet that
cards,
passed? Yeah.
has she done yours?
No.
And that's by choice or no?
It's just-
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, I'm a pretty closeted, quiet, to the vest kind of person. So
Closeted,
Right, but
yes.
she's like doing your tarot card and you're like, and she's like, you will cheat on your girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Hang on, no. No. I will not do that.
One of our early shows, we had a psychic come into our house and do for Ross Patterson Revolution.
Yes, she got every single thing wrong. It was awesome.
It's true.
Yeah.
Go back to the
every
early
date,
catalog.
everything, everything.
It was in the first 100 episodes. I don't know where, but it's on there, and we both got it read and everything.
had
We
her,
should
like-
go back and listen to it. See if she, because maybe it just came
Oh.
true years later.
Oh,
We don't know.
okay.
Maybe we should revisit that on a Patreon and be like, oh fuck, that's true, that's not true. This is
Okay,
true, that's not true.
yeah. We should.
And then we'll see what happens.
We should.
So yeah, shit, dude, that would be fun actually, because I remember her coming in our house and like the way we designed it was I had her do you first, and then me second, and then we combined and compared afterwards, and yeah, I don't remember it though.
No, I don't.
I remember she got things wrong, but it wasn't. I don't think we checked back in after like 6 months.
No.
So maybe we'll revisit on Patreon and be like, all right, cool.
She
here's
goes
what
to
happened.
bars and does it for $20 for drunk people.
Hey,
So
I think it is possible. I told you this at my high school graduation. There was one, and so it was me and all my buddies, like 12 buddies. My best friends it was senior year, graduating, everything else. And they had like rooms set up and there was like a lock-in. I don't know if they still do that anymore, but like they would lock you in. You got to fucking party.
For sure they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, it was awesome. Either way, it was rad. It was like a fun time from the high school, and we were just like, oh shit. But one of them was a tarot card room, and she's pulling over the cards for everybody. And one of my friends asked who was going to die first out of the group. She turns over the cards, and then she goes, him. He will. And everybody was freaked the fuck out. And he did die first.
Okay.
Yeah. So whoever that lady is, give me a shout, dude. She was right. Yeah, dark, right? And I like to end it on a dark note.
Yep.
Like
And that's what we like to leave you with on a Tuesday.
Bill Schofield says, I just went back and re-listened to RPR episode 100. Still gold. That's right. I think we did Syrup live on air.
Syrup, and then I just kept annoying you with 90s phrases.
Oh, you
Remember?
did? No.
Yeah, I was like, a member, all that, and a bag of chips or something. No, I would just like, I think I would just randomly drop it in, and you would
insert
get
it into
super
conversations.
mad. Yeah, and be like, Houston, we have a problem. That's the bomb. That's where that came from.
That's right. That's right.
Thebomb.com.
Thebomb.com. That's where that came from you. Yeah.
Psych.
But now it's Jay Fire, and you've moved up to emojis now for this era.
Yeah.
You stoked about that or not?
Look, I'm happy for any attention I can get from doing nothing. Really. I mean, really nothing. I'm happy for any attention that I can get for just talking.
Yeah, the Mucinex is still on your desk. I think
it's
just throw it
syrup
away.
in there.
There's no way.
No, the people like it.
Do they?
Yeah, no, they do. They make like memes of it and stuff. So.
By the way,
I
I don't
will
know.
not get
I don't know
rid
if our shadow ban is back on YouTube. We're going to talk about this afternoon on Drinking Bros. We're going to go live today. We did a show with Sean Stone, Oliver Stone's son, that aired last night about the New World Order.
Jeez.
I mean, we were just discussing it. Like, you know, not that anybody believes in it or whatever. Like,
Right.
It all makes sense to me. And it feels like that's what's happening, and nobody wants to really chat about it. But it was one of those interviews where I don't know him at all. I've never met him, nothing. And he was very smart, and I enjoyed the episode a lot. But when it went up last night, this has never happened to us. They attached a huge Wikipedia link to the video itself on YouTube and just said, this has been proven to be a conspiracy theory. And there is a Wikipedia article to this New World Order.
That's good advertisement for you guys, though.
I'm going to be honest. Yeah. But here's
Does
the
that
thing.
not make you want to press on it?
It does, but I don't think it appears to be hidden. Like all of our shows
okay,
are
okay.
up, and you know, even the numbers for this are down today. Where it's just like, cool. We're not gonna not stop having like interesting guests on to talk about shit, whatever they want to talk about, and it's just so happened that's where the conversation led. It was not pre-planned or anything else, so I don't have an issue with that, and I don't know why YouTube does either. The other thing that we're going to discuss this afternoon when you hop back in here in an hour is why Wikipedia? That's not a trusted news source. Like, half the shit on my Wikipedia is wrong, and I don't even know who did it. I don't even know who started my Wikipedia. No
Right.
idea. Like, who does that? And now we're believing in it? Like, Jesus Christ. Where have we've gone to that now that Wikipedia is like, no. This is a conspiracy theory that has been debunked by Wikipedia. You know, the page where anyone could add anything, anytime they want, and you're just like, all right, cool, man. So that's our trusty news source on YouTube now, is Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Well, have fun. We'll buckle up and talk about that today, and then we're also going to chat about the Facebook and Instagram and all that other shit being down. Stay with us on this channel. Rate the show a 5-star and leave a quick review. A lot of people are doing it on iTunes, and we appreciate it for Ross Patterson Revolution. That's what keeps us in the charts and all that other stuff, and for advertisers. So we greatly appreciate it. Jesse, go take some Mucinex, and I'll see you soon.
All right.
For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.